We are back with another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B-Ball Archives. And as always, I got the bums in the house. AJ, James, thanks for joining me this evening. I know we got a lot of really cool Spurs Media Day stuff to get to, but most importantly, how y'all doing?
Feeling great. Just great.
Buddy, Texas Tech's undefeated. We're going to Houston. I'm going to the game on Saturday. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I just need
Did
to
you get
get through this
tickets?
week. Just got to get through this week.
Right. Yeah. And then you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're about to have an amazing weekend, especially when we walk away with the W. But we got some Spurs conversation that we got to get to because yesterday,
It's Spurs.
absolutely, Los Spurs, it was our media day, 2025 Spurs Media Day. All of the important figures came out, but I got to start this off by saying, it was the first media day in almost 3 decades without Coach Pop there,
Yep.
without Greg Popovich blessing us with a gem. He would always come out there media day and say something not only insightful like he always would, but would just kind of razz the crowd a little bit, kind of set the tone, create a foundation for the season. So just to not have him out there just really felt different. But overall, what was the first thing that you guys are wanting to bring up when we think about media day?
The freshness, the good vibes are in the air. Anything is possible right now, and you can really feel that kind of permeating throughout the organization and the coverage of media day yesterday.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was definitely different without Pop, but I think it was a good different. Like everyone seemed to be a little bit more looser, a little bit more like carefree almost. Like Wemby was like, let me see the pictures. So it seemed like, kind of the teacher's not in the room and the subs in, so you can kind of act out just a little bit.
I'm gonna
That
miss
that makes a
Pop
lot
this
of
season,
sense.
though. Just with everything going on outside of the basketball world, I'm gonna miss Pop's insight this season.
He
Right.
always had
I
an
mean,
opinion.
yeah, and it's like whether you wanted to hear that opinion, because a lot of times it was a hard truth.
Yep.
And so I'm looking at it through that lens. Like mostly I agree with the way you just kind of phrased it, AJ. It was different, but in a good way. Everyone, even though we have some people that are banged up, we're talking Dylan Harper and his thumb, De'Aaron Fox and his hamstring, Jeremy Sohan still is dealing with the calf injury from Eurobasket play. And
Yep.
so there's little things that are potentially going to hinder us at the start of the season, but still vibes are at an all-time high. We
Hmm.
realize that we have the talent to actually put our team in the postseason, and that is exciting.
Well, and I think of
Yeah,
those
man.
three
The
things that you mentioned, Rob,
Go ahead, James.
that the only one that really draws a lot of concern is Sohan's calf, because we've seen where that kind of thing can lead. The other two, I mean, if they're not concerned, I'm not concerned, and they don't seem to be concerned.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Well, I know that Keldon Johnson got on the mic yesterday with his cowboy hat and basically said, we know what our expectations are. We understand what's at stake. And honestly, this is the year where it's definitely at stake because right now I'm hearing a lot of haters out there on the Twitterverse talking like, oh, they haven't won anything, or oh, this team sucks. We haven't won a championship 11 years. Like, God forbid we don't win a championship every other year. But right now, there's a lot riding on this season. I mean, in terms of just overall, like casuals, obviously we're diehards, so we're going to be tuned into everything. But like the casual fan who may or may not vote in November, like this is pretty big. Like this is kind of a big deal right now. And there's a lot of people that are making a lot of noise, but what would shut them all up is come out hot in your first 10 games.
Yeah.
Would certainly
Absolutely.
help.
And it seems like we have the foundation to do that, even though we're not going to have De'Aaron Fox on opening night. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like, I'm not going to lie, it kind of sounded like he was a little upset about it. Um,
It's definitely a Spurs move. It's definitely a Spurs move to be like, hey, let's not rush it. Calm down. So,
well, he kind of was. He sounded a little annoyed. He was like, "I feel like I'm ready, but other people they're saying I'm not." And
Yeah.
it kind of it felt joking, but with like a nugget of truth in there. And
Sure.
so I just don't want this to turn into like, oh, they're trying to baby me when I'm 27 years old in my prime.
Yeah.
Hamstrings are tricky.
They are. They are. And he also admittedly, he's like, I've never hurt my hamstring in my life. So when I look at it through that lens, yeah, you really do have to kind of slow play this a little more than you want to.
Or are we just
yeah.
trying to throw the Mavs off in the first game? Like, are we like, oh, is he gonna play? Is not gonna play? And then it's like game time decision.
Gamesmanship.
And he's been ready the whole time and scores like 45. Like, don't be surprised if that happens too.
He might, but honestly, he had a couple of really good quotes. He said, and to go back to your point, AJ, about the people who have just been wanting the Spurs to win immediately, De'Aaron Fox said yesterday, this is not an organization that skips steps.
Yeah.
They take every step with intention. And I think that the way we're building this team is no different. And he also said, no moral victories this year. We need to grow while winning. And I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. And, they're going to rely on not only his production, but his experience in kind of a similar environment a couple of years ago in Sacramento when they really took that big step from being that, kind of team on the fringe to a 50-win team. So, his experience is going to be just valuable outside of the lines just as much as inside the lines.
Yeah. I mean, also, it's Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell, like 6th and 7th year. So that's just wild to say out loud. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I think whenever Keldon said it, I was like, wait, hold on. We've had Keldon for 7 years.
Holy shit, 2019.
Okay.
That's
know.
Insane.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like whenever he said year 7 and he's the longest tenured Spur, it feels weird, but the more I let it soak in, the more I feel like Keldon Johnson has the DNA of a guy that's going to be here for 15 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that would piss so many people on the internet off.
I mean, we'll see. He's kind of he's like the Patty Mills, right? Like he's taken that Spurs step of, oh, I'm going to carry the banner. This is how we do it. I mean, people were hating on him yesterday for wearing a cowboy hat and not knowing the dude lives out in the country with like a bunch of land. So he's
he's a country guy.
Yeah.
So like he's a cowboy. So it's weird to say, but I mean, I can see us holding on to Keldon and just having him just be the Spurs banner waver for a while. And even if he's not playing a lot of minutes, he still has that energy and he can do whatever he wants until, he gets to like 32, 33, then we just let him walk.
Just depends on what he's looking for in his next contract. I don't know if next year or if this is a contract year or next year, but I know it's got to be coming up fairly soon.
Oh yeah. And I think with his reduced role and what he's about to be doing off the bench, I mean, obviously there was a season where he was a 20 point per game scorer, but that was when the Spurs were winning 20 games. So at when you look at it through that lens, I mean, it was about that, but whenever you look at it through that lens, it's you have to understand he doesn't have that value and he's going to be making half of what he's making now within his next contract. But I also view him as a loyal guy. I view him as a guy that just loves being in San Antonio and doesn't really want to look for a greener pasture when he knows that he could just sign for, over the vet minimum for sure and just live out his career in San Antonio and just, win.
Yeah.
Games.
Why would you want to leave your own pasture to go to another pasture? You have plenty of pasture here.
It's crazy that we're talking about like playing out your career. Like he's like Keldon Johnson is 26, 27, something like that.
Mid-20s.
We're talking about him like he's old.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think he's old. I mean, I just view him as
he needs
a
to
guy.
retire.
I mean, but you have to be realistic and think about how rare it is to have a 15-year NBA career. And
Yeah.
so if he plays 10 years,
It's fair.
you know, he's played most of his career. So you can't really just say like, oh, everybody's meant to play 14, 15, 16 years. Not everybody's Steph Curry going into his 17th year or fucking LeBron going into his 23rd
it's
season.
hard not to fall into that trap nowadays, honestly. When you see,
You know what I can see
these guys-
happening? Where like history repeating itself. I can see us trading Keldon and then him coming back.
Oh, Sean Elliott.
I could,
Yeah, a Sean Elliott situation where we trade him but we get him back. It wouldn't surprise me
Barry
at all.
do that too?
Who?
Didn't Brent Barry do that too?
I can't remember.
I'm not 100% sure
Was
at
that
the moment.
pre or post affair?
Had to be pre.
I think it was pre. I think we traded him, and then the team that got him like waived him or something, and he had to wait like 30 days to come back.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah. I mean,
I think it was something like that.
It happens to like everyone that we trade to.
Yeah.
Well, what can we say? San Antonio is just great.
It is.
Speaking of great, Wemby looked great.
You look taller.
7'4", 240. You kidding me?
He grew an inch.
He definitely grew.
Yeah. It looks thicker. Yeah. Even one of the reporters was like, your biceps look thicker, and he flexed a little bit. So
everyone was like, ooh.
But I mean, yes, whenever you look at his size, his additional strength, all you can do is think about how this is going to impact in the paint production. And it's going to skyrocket the amount of lob attempts he's going to have, because he's going to finish through people, not just over people. And he's going to be able to muscle people through various kind of post hooks, little sky floater situations. And those are going to be easy buckets, because even if a guy like Giannis puts a little weight into him, Wemby's got size to combat it.
Yep.
Well, and I look for him to get to the line more. With that, he can take a little bit more contact. Not that we want him like seeking it out all the time, but he can take that, and he'll hopefully more 3-point plays. He can finish through it now. He's a little bit bigger, get those shots up.
I want to see him finish as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Well, so guys, let me ask you this. So he's 240 now. How much bigger do you want to see him? Like, I don't know if there's any more I want to see. Maybe at most 10, 15 pounds.
Not even that. Maybe 5 at most, like 240 on that frame. I think that's a good weight. I think that's a good playing weight.
Yeah. I think 250 is about the most I would want to see him. Because I think that he's going to be agile. His ability to protect the rim, recover, absorb contact, also get out to free throw line extended in the short corner and get steals. Like he's going to be like a Hakeem style defender, but even better, because he's going to be taller and bigger wingspan. And I know that's saying he's essentially going to be the best defender ever. Well, I think we're saying it. So when we look at it,
I haven't seen anything to refute that.
Stats don't lie.
Yeah, numbers rarely lie, and in this case they don't at all. And I think that if he was to be 275, 280, could he still be a great basketball player? Of course, but I don't think he would be able to recover defensively as quick as he can now.
It would just be harder on his body. I mean, you see kind of what Zion's dealt with in his career, and I think a lot of those injuries result from just carrying extra weight.
A lot of beignets in your butt.
And you saw it kind of like, well, that's what extended Tim Duncan's career, is dropping the weight.
Boxing, which I've noticed in all those Spurs videos, whenever they're doing their workouts, they're incorporating boxing. Like everyone's doing it. Even Luke Cornett, who is my new favorite Spur, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw his little thing on what's her faces with Rachel
Demita.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
So he did something. I forgot what he did, but he was like, and I was like, that dude is awesome. So I'm Luke Cornett for life now. and also hearing the players talk about his passing gives me like even more confidence that like he's going to be such a good piece for us and maybe be that Bobo type kind of big man that can throw lobs to Castle or, you know, just hit someone on an open pass. Like I think he's going to be so critical for our winning. And
Well,
he's won it too. So he knows how to win.
I think he's gonna be kind of what we all hoped Zach Collins might be, in the sense that like you might be able to get away with playing Cornette and Wemby together at the same time. Not all the time, not much, but you might be able to get away with it. You and the Spurs tried it with Zach Collins at the start of Wemby's career, but there just wasn't that consistency or that kind of attention to detail that you look from someone out of that position.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well,
Wemby and Luke on the court together.
And it won't be common. It won't be common.
It honestly, I don't want it to be that common because I want Luke Cornette to just ball out in all of those non-Wemby minutes so that we really don't have a lapse in rim protection. But it's nice to know that if we need to have some sets where Cornette's playing the 5, Wemby's the 4 on offense, and then we switch on defense and it's Wemby kind of roaming the interior. Luke Cornette has a high IQ on defense and is switchable enough to where he can guard a 4.
Honestly, you could do Wemby at the 3 on offense and Sohan at the 4, because Sohan is, like Cornette, a good passer and playmaker in that kind of secondary role. So you could have Wemby out on the perimeter if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
Do you guys ever get so happy about something you start thinking about it and you start dancing? Like that's how I feel with
mostly food.
Luke Cornette right now. I am just excited. I'm ready to see it. I think it's just such an underrated signing, and a lot of people are going to look back and go, "Yeah, he was the guy that got us over the hump." And I think when you put in guys like that, also Mitch Johnson talked about it yesterday too. He was like, "We're building this team around Wemby." So, and then also we got Biyombo as well. So like even if Cornette needs to sit out a couple games, we have someone that we didn't have last year. I mean, we had him, but it was towards the end, and we only signed him because Wemby went down. So now we get an actual backup center too. Like we just have all the pieces together, and I'm glad that everyone recognizes where they need to be for this year. So I'm expecting, at least second place in the West minimum.
Let's be
I think
reasonable.
that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable.
Well, I mean, I think this is the first year, and we've said it before, but it was also nice to hear the players and a lot of other people say it as well. It's like this is the first year that Mitch Johnson is able to really implement his strategies and his tactics, and it doesn't feel like he's just trying to complete the already started Greg Popovich season. Like it just kind of feel like he was starting from somebody else's saved game, so to speak.
To use a college football example, when Bill Snyder at Kansas State retired the first time, he kept his office. That coach that replaced him lasted 2 years, and then Bill Snyder came back.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
The legend is out of the office.
And it's really feeling like we're ready for a new identity now that we don't have Coach Pop anymore. And as weird as that is to say, that's a lot of what the 2025 media day kind of felt like. And it's Mitch Johnson implementing some of his strategies. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be so much different than what we saw last year. I think it's just going to be really running a players first organization rather than a little bit more of a militaristic style that we saw from Coach Pop.
Yeah. And having a guy like Wemby allows you to do that.
And I think it's aligned up to the top. I think Brian Wright and Mitch Johnson are on the same page. And Mitch Johnson was handpicked for this role by Greg Popovich. Like he picked him out 10 years or 9 years ago now to ultimately be here today. So
absolutely that there was intention. And speaking of intention, once again, the Spurs do not miss a step. And this is something, like you said, that's almost been a decade in the making. So we need to trust that Mitch Johnson is taking the right steps in the right direction to make this season a success. And hopefully we are in the postseason. At least that's what the players seem to think.
Yeah.
What
Well,
you're looking for is Riley Spoelstra. That's what you're looking for.
sure.
That kind of organizational handoff.
Sure. Dude, I'm just happy that Wemby, he wasn't shy on the microphone yesterday. That made me so happy. They're like, basically like, how was your summer? And he was like, no one worked harder than me. And I'm like, dude, like, let's go. Like, that's the kind of killer instinct that I want in
They
my
got him watching
superstar
wrestling
player.
and cutting babyface promos.
Well, I mean,
that's what I want to hear. Like, that's the kind of thing I want to hear. And I mean, obviously we saw it all, him doing the shit with the monks and him working out with Akeem and doing all that other stuff. Like, it was great to watch, but like, I'm glad that he's going like, I am here to take over the league, and I'm putting you guys on notice now when I can talk to you and I don't have to come back and be like I told you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's my
and
feeling.
it's and I like that you can see the evidence of his hard work. And he even said these exact words. He goes, I may not have shot a basketball as much as I should have. He's like, I really wasn't working on my shot, but I was working on my body so I could be ready for the season.
Yeah.
And I think when you see his additional mass on his frame and the fact that he literally grew a fucking inch, he just looks bigger out there. And I'm excited to see what that means for his interior presence. And yeah, it was nice just kind of hearing him and all of the things that he soaked in from the summer, whether it was, training with the monks, and he was talking about tiring himself out from leg kicks, and all of the stuff that he learned from NASA and checking out the spacecrafts. And I like that he avoided the word rockets as well.
Well, in
He
training
was
camp
like,
is for
this looks like from where I'm from.
training camp is for getting your shots up, right? So like the fact that he didn't get a lot of shots up in the summer, that's okay. I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
it's fine. Because
what
honestly,
the
then take
summer's
it to the
for.
rack more. Take it to the rack. Now, since your shot's a little off, just pump fake and drive it in. Like, let's see some sky hooks.
Yeah,
let's see
well,
some more layups.
he'll get 1,000
I want
shots
to
a
see
day
Wemby
up.
lead the league in points in the paint.
I want to see him lead the league in posters.
I want to see him
Like what you
lead
got
the
on your
league.
shirt there, AJ.
I want to
Yeah.
see. I mean,
Fuck it, Chet.
obviously, he's going to lead the league in blocks per game, but I eventually want to see him leading the league in rebounds and at least be in contention for points as well.
I would like to see him in the top 5 or 10 in steals too.
I
Sure.
mean,
Why
I
not?
think. I mean, with the Great Barrier Thief out there, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to outsteal Dyson Daniels for the next few years, because
Great Barrier Thief. That is amazing.
yeah,
That's
dude,
a great nickname.
dude, that's one of the cooler nicknames I've heard in a while. And if you get 3 steals a game for a whole season, you've earned that nickname.
It's a really good nickname.
Yeah, we need to bring back good nicknames in sports, and I think that could lead the charge, honestly.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
we got Wemby, who's the alien, and now we have the Great Barrier Thief, which is awesome.
Dude, yeah, I'm a big fan of that nickname, but at the same time,
is Skinny Luca technically a nickname?
it's about as much of a nickname as Hookah Doncic.
I mean, he probably likes it better than Hookah Doncic, but
I bet he does.
we'll see how long Skinny Luca hangs around with us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to just kind of dive into some other Spurs Media Day stuff. I thought it was interesting that this is like the first season Devin Vassell is healthy going into the regular season. Like usually, last couple of years he's
That's
been
a
banged
plus.
up. Well, that's what I'm saying. He said he wants to play all 82 games this year. How many games do you think he's going to play?
Well, I think that's that Chris Paul influence that we're seeing, that kind of like dog mentality. And it's good to hear from Devin, honestly. I feel like it's a little bit overdue.
Well, and Harrison Barnes. I mean, he played all
Yeah.
82 last year. He's got the longest active streak in the NBA. So it's like he's right now, he's Mr. Iron Man in the
He's
NBA.
Iron Man, Mr. Cal Ripken.
Yep. Straight up facts. So it's like, yeah, I'm liking that Devin Vassell wants to be even more durable.
I think he can
I
play
like to
all
see
82.
him play like
I
at
mean,
least, yeah. But I mean,
he's
I guess
due.
like 70 to 72, 73. But like, I would love to see him play all 82. Of course, I would love everyone to play all 82 shit. But we also need to save some of our legs because we're going to be number 2 in the West.
Yeah, we can't do what the Rockets did last year and peter out and blow up on the launch pad in the first round.
Yeah.
Hey,
They
yeah,
were
rocket
they,
stuff.
they totally pulled a Challenger.
I was just gonna go like SpaceX or something, like I wasn't gonna go there.
Okay. Well, I mean, it happened like 40 years ago. It's not too soon.
It's happened a few times.
I was talking about Challenger specifically, but
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I mean, obviously we want Devin Vassell healthy for as many games as possible. But yeah, I mean, just seems like after, all of his lingering injuries, it might be a stretch, but thankfully we got a lot of guards that are
Or
ready
yeah,
to step up.
or he can play like the first 30 to 35 games and then we trade him and then he can do whatever he wants after we trade him.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not opposed to that idea either.
He's got a very tradable contract.
He can play well and make the decision tough on Mitch Johnson to take him out of the starting lineup. These would be good problems to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't want to see Dylan Harper kind of not be able to do his thing. So if it was a situation where Devin Vassell was kind of just scorching and it led to maybe Dylan Harper, kind of not getting enough exposure his first year, that would be to me a little bit of a just a downside of Devin Vassell playing well. But I also
to be
don't
clear
think,
though, I don't expect this. Nothing that we've seen in the past 6 years has told us that this is going to happen. That we can expect this kind of level of consistency. If availability is there, that's great. But the consistency needs to.
Yeah, we need him to not take any more fadeaway jumpers.
I can't have 2 weeks straight of 4 for 17 for 11 points a game.
Right.
Well, I do think that with decreased volume, he is going to have to be more efficient because we're not going to pass the ball to him and say, hey, go create, because that's going to be De'Aaron Fox. That's going to be Steph Castle. That's going to even be Dylan Harper over him in terms of catch the ball, go create a bucket. Right. I'm expecting him
by January.
I'm expecting him to be on the receiving end of a skip pass from a pick and roll, just catch and shoot in the corner, fucking hit it because you're going to be open. They're going to be collapsing on Fox and Wemby and just literally just hit the open three. That's all we need you to do.
And there's your increased efficiency that you mentioned earlier, Rob.
Absolutely.
Ideally.
Yeah, ideally he goes from taking
world.
He goes from taking whatever shots he was taking last year, a few less, but he realizes those opportunities are more valuable, takes smart shots. And I think that's just Spurs basketball in a nutshell.
It's like when you're in college and you're like, we need to take smart shots. So we're going to take some water moccasins and some lemon drops because we can't go straight yet. And then you go straight to tequila and then see where the party takes you.
Exactly.
God, now I'm remembering why I don't drink anymore.
And then you leave Kongs. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And then you go get barbecue.
But yeah, that's a really good point about the barbecue. No, I'm just kidding. but yeah, it's like we really
to Big E, man.
Dude, absolutely delicious barbecue. You went to tailgate. That's what you did. But yeah, we've got a little bit of some other stuff to get into when it comes to media day. I want to propose that we do something as a podcast. Harrison Barnes was talking about the Spurs book club, And you guys want to read along with the Spurs book club?
What are they reading?
I have no idea.
Harry Potter, Star Wars.
I mean, probably nothing too crazy. I mean,
the Halo series.
There are Halo books.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of them.
Way too many, I'm sure.
I was about to say, if we did want to read along, I would be about that life, but I understand if there's some pushback from the bums.
I'm down.
I don't mind.
I'm down to do it.
As long as the audiobook
as long as
available,
it's like,
I'm cool.
Yeah,
well,
is it like Wemby's choice? Because I can see Wemby being like, buddy, you got to read The Wizard. And I'm like, calm down, Wemby. Like, we've read so many wizards as of late.
I mean, honestly, I think that is a good point. So I think let's just figure out whatever their first book is going to be. And then if it seems like a dope book, then maybe we read it. But if it's not, and it seems kind of lame, then maybe
if it's like The Hobbit, I'm out.
I am the poster child for like millennial attention span problems. I can't read a book anymore. Like I can listen to a book, which is the same, by the way. Scientifically, it is the same. But it's just really hard for me to pick up and read a paperback anymore.
Right.
Paperback writer.
What did you call me? No, I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, I feel that sometimes you need the audiobook. But yeah, even if it's audiobook, yeah, I'm still down for that.
Yeah, I think Spotify does audiobooks, so
they do.
I'm good. But like, you know, if it's some shit that Cam's reading, I'm out, man. I'm out.
I don't know even what that's supposed to mean.
Like wizard stuff, Elder Ring type game, you know, that, you know, what Cam likes.
Well, let's not diss on Elden Ring now.
You can't pull out your dialectical journal from 7th grade reading The Hobbit.
I know he's been reading a lot of Warhammer.
Yeah. Sounds like a male porn star.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean,
it's like, oh, Warhammer.
I know what Warhammer is, but I mean, if I didn't, you could convince me.
But yeah, there was a lot that happened in Spurs Media Day. Anything else that's kind of tickling y'all's pickle?
I couldn't see many other teams in the league having a team book club. Like, could y'all see the Wizards having a team book club? Like, ever?
No.
In any iteration?
I mean, a team gun club probably, but not a book club.
I mean, they've already had that. There was a documentary about it.
Yeah, I'm sure Gilbert Arenas regrets starting that club.
I don't think Gilbert Arenas regrets much of anything, honestly.
You're right.
Well, I mean, like, you know, maybe that's what this new generation's doing. Maybe they're readers and like this is what they're planning on doing, their intellects or whatever, and they're just like, we're not going to go out and party. We're going to go and read and drink cocoa.
You want to know a Gilbert Arenas story that I remember from back in the day?
Go ahead.
So my buddy Madison, shout out Madison. I doubt you ever listen to this podcast, but his dad was a college or high school basketball coach in LA, in the LA area at I think it was Canoga Park High School. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he told the story one time about playing Gilbert Arenas and how Gilbert Arenas in the pregame warm-up line was talking a little bit of smack and told him, he was like, Coach, I'm going to score so many points tonight that you're going to need to put my tally on the next person's line in the scorebook. And sure enough, he had 42, I believe, and he lived up to his word, and the tally went past his line down onto the next person's line. So there was just a Gilbert Arenas has been this way since he was 17, 18.
Of course.
That's wild.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
But honestly, Madison's dad, I've busted that dude's ass so many times.
I love Ralph. He's great. He's a great storyteller, and it was funny because like sometimes Coach Leach would get frustrated. He's like, "Y'all are listening to Ralph in the stands more than y'all are listening to me."
Because he's fucking loud. God damn. I would play basketball with him at Nagel's, and the dude would be talking nonstop, but like in the most annoying way possible. I'm like, dude, just let me cook. Like what are you doing?
It was great. It was great. There was a minute there where we thought that they were going to hire him for the Bernie job, and every one of us would have gone to Bernie to play for him.
Really?
There was a minute there. But I think that's why Stan didn't do it.
That is such a Coach Leach a line, though, dude.
Well, he wanted to give Kimball that job. Kimball deserved it.
Yeah, but that is a prime Coach Leach line. You're listening to him or you're listening to me. Like, dude, hell yeah. Coach Leach had those gems.
He did, but he also knew when to like kind of let the game flow like a river and just kind of just let it be. And I appreciated that about his coaching style.
He was just funny to watch because, like, senior year, I did not play very much. So he was just kind of a spectacle to view from the bench, honestly. There's one picture of us from a playoff game where he just started drawing on the wrong side of the clipboard. And you can see me and a few other people just laughing. So.
Oh my gosh. That, I mean, did
awesome.
y'all run that play though?
I'm sure we did. It was a playoff game against Heights and we won. It was the 3rd round playoff game. I remember it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, I remember things very vividly. When you're not playing, you have time, to kind of take a digital Rolodex of everything.
Oh, bro. There was times I just blacked out in the first half and it was like, you dropped a 20 piece in the first half and I'm like, oh wow, I don't remember that at all, but I'm tired, so I guess I did it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, Coach Leach, his coaching style, very much different than what we saw for Mitch Johnson. Let me bring it back in.
Yeah, bring it back.
let me reel us back in.
I got us on a diatribe.
No. You're good, and I love it. I will talk about Coach Leach any and every time. I love that man, and I hope he knows that. Even though I was a headache for him, but Mitch Johnson, I feel like a lot of the guys were really, really buying into. I'm not sure exactly what his philosophy is, but a lot of the guys were just saying, "Hey, X's and O's, we're really enjoying what we're hearing from him so far in these open runs in the open court, kind of what he has us doing so far, even though it's all been loose, it's all been kind of just go out there and play, but still it's just promising to hear that."
Mitch Johnson's like 36, 37 years old. He's of these guys' age. He speaks the language,
6'7".
What the fuck does that mean?
Apparently it doesn't mean anything. I don't know. I'm 35 years old, so I wouldn't know.
So real quick, guys, I follow was it Old Road Texas Tech or something like that on Instagram?
Yeah.
And they did one of those like, this is your budget, like which one are you choosing? So it was like $5, $4, $3, $2, $1. And they did a bar thing. I didn't know any of the bars in Lubbock, and I was
it's like Chimmy's and Cricket's not on there.
Chimmy's was one of them, and that was the only one I recognized out of the 5. And I definitely know my Lubbock bars, but I guess they are closed down, so I guess I don't know them anymore because I'm so old. So
it was Bar PM.
Yeah, when I went there 2 years ago, Bar PM was still there.
I mean, it's still there, but I mean, it wasn't one of the choices that they had, and I'm like,
okay,
I don't even know. Man. I don't even know these places.
I mean, you gotta know Tequila Jungle.
Oh my god, the Daiquiri Lounge, dog.
Bro, I don't even think that place was open.
Lounge. Bro,
I don't even think these places were open by the time I got there.
Dude, they were all shut down.
Yeah, they're definitely shut down. But we did see B-Hamp at Daiquiri Lounge. He was the dude that does like, do the Ricky Bobby stop, pull for frame. And we saw him at Daiquiri Lounge, and that dude was so cool and so nice. But he was one of the insanely high.
Yes. Anytime I was at the Daiquiri Lounge, I felt like it could be my last night alive.
That was me at Cactus Courtyard, honestly.
But it was a vibe, man.
Dude, the Daiquiri Lounge made Cactus Courtyard look like,
I don't know what it was.
Like the sub.
It wasn't even like a good bar. It wasn't even a good bar, but it was just like every time I went there, I was like, I would wake up the next morning like, how the fuck did I get home?
Ooh, that was my favorite part of college is CSI and your night together. You're like, all right, how did I get here? All right, so
I vividly remember being on the safe bus alone by myself one time coming home from Cactus Courtyard in a very dirty Tony Parker jersey.
No pants? Were you Winnie the Pooh in it?
No, I had pants on.
Did you say that was from Low Hoops?
Yes, it was.
Dude, low hoops was so much fun. That was the only time like I enjoyed playing basketball competitively while drunk.
Well,
I
yeah, because you
remember
could dunk on everybody. Like low hoops, like it's fun to watch those highlights on like TikTok and stuff because like it's the guys who like have a little bit of bounce, but they can't do it in the gym, and it's just fun like to see them like try to go up, and then a handful of them get rim checked, and that's even more funny.
we had a game at noon at Cactus Courtyard, and I remember telling Alec, my pledge brother, at the time, I was just like, I don't know when. I was getting into his car. I was like, I don't know when, but at some point today, I'm gonna throw up, and I'm gonna throw up a lot. And I'm just letting you know in case it happens while we're here.
And did
And
you?
it did. It did. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it happened. It happened when we were dropping the freshmen off at the dorms after the game. I just leaned out the passenger door and just lost it. I woke up at like 7:30 that night.
That sounds accurate. Typical
Yeah.
low hoops experience.
It was great.
I miss Lubbock.
Well, Lubbock was great, and Tech football is looking great as well. But before we segue any more Spurs Media Day stuff that we need to get to,
Give
Yeah, I
us
don't-
our uniforms. I need to see our city edition uniforms. I need them to be official. Make the drop. I want to see what we did because I've seen some rumors and renderings. Let's see what they got. Make it better than that shit from last year and the year before.
Yeah, I agree. Yes,
I didn't mind the OG hemisphere uniforms. I didn't like the blue that they threw in last year. When had the Spurs ever worn blue?
I hated both years very much.
Yeah, I mean,
They gave me bad vibes. I want flash. I want cool shit.
just give us old school Fiesta colors jerseys.
Fiesta colors.
Yeah, like quit fucking around and just don't make it stupid. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You know better. I do want to bring up this one point. A reporter said that De'Aaron Fox was the fastest player in the NBA, and then he said if he was to race speed, that he would beat speed in a contest. Do you guys think that De'Aaron Fox is still the fastest player in the NBA?
With the ball?
Yeah.
He's certainly in the conversation.
Who would be
I think
faster?
Who would be faster?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to think.
I mean, Jokic is pretty quick on the ball.
Because it's not. You can't say LeBron anymore.
No, and there was, a while where it's like, I was giving that to Russell Westbrook, where he just him getting the ball.
You got
and
to be in the league to
sprinting.
be in this conversation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's Ja could be it. He is pretty quick. I view him as like a quick accelerator rather than like a burst of like.
He's more of a bouncy guy than a speed demon.
Yep. So, I mean, I don't know. I was really trying to think about it, and I think he might still be the fastest player in the league with the basketball in his hand.
He might be. Yeah, I mean,
because like Kyrie isn't in that conversation anymore.
Nope.
I mean, SGA is probably. I mean, he's quick, but I feel he's more shifty than quick.
Yeah, he's not straight line speed.
Yeah, he's a little
like
herky
Luis
jerky.
Mendoza coming down the ice.
The only other player I could kind of think of was Tyrese Maxey. Whenever he's like literally, gets the ball like in that first like 30 feet and he has to take off like 40, 50 feet, man, it takes him 1-2 dribbles and then it seems like he's right there. So I think he's pretty fast with the ball in his hand, but it could be Fox. I don't know.
I feel like Jalen Green could be in that conversation if he ever reached his potential.
Yeah.
He won't with some
Phoenix, no. But...
Right, no. And with blood-sucking Instagram thoughts.
Did y'all see Devin Booker's garage?
Oh my god, dude, that's insane.
Dude, what the hell? It looked like we were at Foot Locker.
Dude,
I'll never have a house anywhere near that cool.
Bro.
An entire house.
Oh, dude, crazy, like absolutely bonkers, like instant jealousy. But at the same time, it's like, That's what a lot of veteran players' houses kind of look like to a
That's
degree.
where you miss MTV Cribs. That shit would have gone so hard on MTV Cribs.
Let's bring it back. MTV
We'll shoot
Cribs.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll shoot it.
Yeah.
By the bums.
It's like open your refrigerator right now. I want to see what kind of butter you use.
We're at Rick Ross's house. It's all butter.
Yeah. We use straight lard.
Yeah, man. But dude, I'm telling you, like I like what I'm hearing. I think the biggest thing for this squad is just how quick can we gel? How soon can we do it? It seems like this group's already pretty tight knit, and so that kind of puts us along pretty high. I would love to see Fox first game. I think he's kind of playing a little coy right now, but if he says he can go, then obviously we don't need him to be out there if he can't go. But if he's doing the workouts and stuff like that, then hell, that's great. If Dylan Harper comes out first game, that would be even better. So it'd be, we don't need them right away because we do have a lot of guards, especially with Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. We talked about their veteran leadership now. So like, I feel like this team can do something special, but I want to see our players healthy at the same time.
Yeah, it's a long season. It's a long season.
Wemby 30 points per game loading soon. James, when's the first night?
The Spurs first game, October 22nd.
So 3 weeks from yesterday?
3 weeks from tomorrow.
3 weeks from tomorrow. We will be doing post game.
Yes, we indeed will be doing post game.
Y'all will be doing post game.
Yes,
I will be doing for an hour or two.
Yeah, me and AJ, we will be doing post game, but very excited about that. We got a lot of Spurs stuff to look forward to. But one thing that you also can look forward to,
what's that, Rob?
Is a lower bill if you switch to our friends
naturally
at the Solar Scouts. If you go to the Solar Scouts,
natural.
Yes, naturally. If you go to the solarscouts.com/bums, you can get yourself a free quote. They will figure out the right solar plan that best fits you, your home, your family's needs. You need a reliable backup, just like the Spurs have. We went out and got us a bunch of reliable backups, and now our bench is loaded. Get your bench loaded right now. Go to the solarscouts.com/bums. Figure out how to get yourself some clean, reliable solar energy today.
Amen.
Boom. But yeah, guys, it kind of feels like we should get Dunky.
Dude,
now it's time for me to get Dunky.
Oh, wait, hold on. AJ, did you have something to bring up?
The Kawhi Leonard saga is absolutely crazy. Pablo is dropping, like, I guess, Pablo bombs now. Like, what are we calling these things?
So on the Levitard show, Pablo's one of his employers. They just call him Pablos, but like gusts of wind. So like the blow part of it.
Pablo.
Like Pablo bombs. I don't know. Whatever, dude. This thing is like, it's so crazy because Mark Cuban is, for whatever reason, I do not understand why he's defending so hard, and he's like, you got to prove it. And it's like, but the connections all line up accordingly, and every week Pablo's dropping something new and showing something that adds up. And then Kawhi got asked that at media day, and he was like, we welcome investigations. It's like, you fucking liar.
Yeah, no, the first statement the Clippers put out after Pablo's first podcast said that this story was provably false. And that's a direct quote from their statement. And so their statements have just gotten more and more toothless over the past couple of weeks. So they're clearly backpedaling. And I think my favorite part of what Pablo's doing is he's dropping all these podcasts at 5 a.m. Eastern. So all this is coming out and hitting the Clippers at 2 o'clock in the morning their time.
Just absolutely blindsided when you wake up for your morning coffee. You're just like,
nobody's
what the hell?
Hate Pablo more than the Clippers PR department.
Maybe Steve Ballmer.
Maybe, but he's rich.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so funny whenever you hear Kawhi kind of saying stuff like we there was no wrongdoings by us whatsoever. We welcome an investigation. It's like this is not the thing to say. I don't think you are understanding the gravity of what's at stake here. You could be unemployable moving forward based on how this kind of shakes out.
Well, they
If
already
y'all
said that
didn't
they're not
s-
going to build the Clippers around him.
If y'all
Like,
didn't
they're
see
done.
it,
Like, that-
yeah, yeah. Bleacher Report put out this comic called Bulletin Board Material on Friday. Y'all should go check that out. It's like 2.5, 3 minutes long. It's just a little cartoon. They do a great job poking fun at the Clippers.
They're just
There's a lot to poke fun at.
I mean, dude, that franchise is so. I mean, someone must have put the bad juju on them or gave them the hole or something, because that franchise cannot figure it out. Like,
It was the
man,
Etsy
it is
witches.
insane. What'd you say?
It was the Etsy witches.
Yeah.
Regardless of how they got cursed, yeah,
I just want to talk.
Definitely.
Like, I think it's a crazy story that is getting deeper and deeper every week. I mean, it's like a never-ending soap opera. No, you know what it's like? It's like the R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet series, and I am here for the 36 chapters. Hopefully, it gets to 100.
Trapped in the closet.
That's one more R. Kelly reference than I thought we'd have on this episode.
Honestly, that's not the first Robert Kelly reference we've had.
I'm sure it's not. He played high school basketball.
God damn it, James.
I mean, he was the soundtrack of Space Jam.
Let's not glorify him as an athlete.
But and then Jonathan Kuminga signed his 2-year deal with a second-year team option, which I think is very interesting.
And Chris Paul looks washed as fuck. Just visually, just bald head, shirt under his jersey. He looks old.
I mean,
Well,
he looked
he is
pretty
a man.
old.
He is
He
40.
looked pretty old last season, but he was still going out there facilitating, playing all the games. You know, it's like he was doing very non-old man stuff last year. So I do agree that this is his last year. There's
that's why he's back in LA.
There's no way.
And Cooper Flagg does not look super enthusiastic to be a Maverick. Just the clip that I saw, they're like all the number 1 picks, and he's like,
"What's up with you, Kemosabe?" Little Spacey, I just smoked a joint down in the parking lot.
He looks like, okay, I mean, maybe just going through the motions, maybe he's just excited or shocked that this whole thing's going down media day and he's the first pick, or he's like, man, I really wish I was a Spur.
Yeah, I think that's it. These breakfast tacos suck up here.
They really do, dude. They're so bad. I hate it. I hate it.
You don't know how bad Rose's is until you leave North Texas.
Yeah, well,
facts.
There's that too, dude. I cannot find good breakfast tacos.
I mean, that's
shout out Mary's.
You're too far north. You're practically in Oklahoma.
I'm
which is
an hour away
Canada.
from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I know that because Windstar is an hour and 10 minutes away from my house, door to door. Not that I ever go, but sometimes I like to see the lights.
We need to go up there on a trip soon. But absolutely, definitely, some fun, interesting topics other than the Spurs Media Day. But yeah, how are you feeling about the end of that Jonathan Kuminga saga? Because at the end of the day,
it took this long.
Right? It almost felt like that was
what are we doing?
Something that
what is this? The Cowboys?
Like you're just gonna let that whole situation just like pitter out and still end up giving him $25 million a season, pretty much. I don't know.
I mean, it's a tradable contract too, so
that might be the real point of it.
Absolutely, yeah. You're not paying him through the roof, but also he's getting respectable role player money. So, I think that's a good point.
They're going to trade him to a bad team. He's going to go average 27 a game for somewhere that no one gives a fuck about.
He'll look great in Charlotte.
Probably.
No, I don't know.
I mean, I can see him going to the Trailblazers.
Yeah. I mean, insert either one of those teams.
Yeah.
C in Washington.
Yeah.
Oof.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't wish that on anyone. More like C in Toronto.
Yeah, get your ass out of the country.
No, he's gonna go to Miami, and they're gonna win the East somehow.
Oh, that would
with
be
him
wild.
as their best player.
That would be wild. I would dunk on that idea.
Like I said, now it's time for me to get dunky.
Yeah. Should we okay, we're gonna about to get Dunky, sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. But James, are you feeling particularly dunky?
Yeah, you know what? I thought about this a good amount, and it hit me a couple of days ago, or maybe a day or so ago. I think I'm gonna dunk on myself tonight
Ooh.
because I don't know if y'all saw this Friday or any time since. I was watching it when it happened. On Friday night, Virginia upset Florida State 46-38 in, I
Yep.
believe, double overtime.
Yep.
And the game ended with Florida State having the ball. And, 4th and 10 incompletion into the end zone or whatnot. And Virginia and their fans were so ready for this because the instant that ball hit the ground, it was like the zombies. It was like the zombies in World War Z. They just descended upon
Dude,
they
were
sprint.
on the field.
And I found myself being like, oh my God, did we just watch that receiver from Florida State get trampled to death?
Yes.
Like, I legitimately thought we just saw a kid get seriously injured. And I'm looking back and thinking on myself, and I'm like, you sound so fucking old right now. Like you just sound like such a putz. And so it's just like
that exact thing you just said. Hey, did that guy get trampled? I thought that same thing about Cody Coulter whenever we rushed the field against Texas. And I saw him drop, and then all of a sudden people just ran over him, and I was like, oh my God, that's my friend who weighs 100 pounds. And
like, this guy didn't even drop. Like, he dove for the ball and didn't ever have a chance to get up. And he is okay. He's fine. But like, there were people, like some Virginia student caught himself doing caught on camera doing a selfie. He was like going up to the Florida State quarterback, giving him double birds. And people were like, oh, you can't have that. And I was like, whatever. But I found myself doing the same about the field storming. So I'm just like, man, I sound really lame right now.
What people forget a lot of times with storming the field is it's fun to storm the field until you get to a certain point, and then you run and you're like, now where do I go? And you're like, do we just run in a circle, or do we just keep running around, or do we stop in the middle
like to get back up?
Yeah, like then you have to get back up, and like it's fun. Like the moment's great when you're on the field and you're like, rah, and then you get there and you're like, what do we do? Like,
then you have to do a pull up in front of 60,000 people.
Right.
Get your ass back up.
And then even worse, like you run out onto the field, and then all of a sudden there's an offensive lineman there to greet you, saying like, hey, why the fuck are you running on the field during my shit? Which is what happened to
that's what happens when you storm the field early.
Yes.
I stormed the field when we beat West Virginia 49-14. There was no storming early, except for the one kid that decided he was going to streak. That was storming early.
Oh, yeah. Is that picture that the...
Yeah, that was the game. That was the game. You see the cop in the background laughing.
Oh, dude, that's brilliant. A great Texas Tech picture of that streaker just...
Yep. So, yeah, my dunk is on myself because I felt really lame.
Yeah, honestly, a good self dunk is needed every once in a while. AJ, who are you wanting to yam on?
I had my dunk in my head, and then James started talking, and I completely forgot it. So, Rob, why don't you go while I think of it right now?
Nah, you're all good, homie. I'm gonna have to dunk on. I hate to do this, but I'm about to work on this Christmas movie, and I'm gonna have to dunk on this Christmas movie I'm about to work on. Gosh dang it, the producers are fucking scatterbrained like crazy, and I hate to just complain about work shit, but like, man, we're like a week away from filming, and they still don't have locations for a few of the days, and it's like,
Uh-oh.
holy shit! It's like,
Seems like a problem.
well, they have most of the shit, which is cool, but there's still some really key things that I'm like, you guys are still figuring this out September 30th, and we're supposed to be rolling October 6th. Like, what the fuck is happening here? And so,
Oof.
I'm all good vibes on a Christmas movie because it's one of those projects where, it's like, hee haw, we're all having fun and smiling and shit like that. And it's usually low
Right.
stress, but if we're like stressed about locations falling through and shit like that, and it's, I'm not gonna have a good time. I'm not gonna have a ho 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 celebration.
Am I going to
When
see
do you
your
leave for
name
the
in
North
credits
Pole?
on the Hallmark Channel this holiday season?
You might. I mean, I've had my names in the credits on many a channel, but at the same time, I don't know if it's Hallmark specific. I mean, it could be Lifetime.
Yeah, it was Lifetime Movie Network. This is
There we go.
equally the same.
Yep, it could be some LMN. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I hate to
Rob,
do
so
it.
when do you leave for the North Pole, or where's this being shot?
Yeah, we're actually gonna fake it, and we're gonna go to Alaska. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. No, honestly, we're shooting it in Waco. We're shooting it in
Oh yeah,
Waco
because I
because
think when I think Christmas, I think Waco.
When I think
Well,
of Christmas, I think of David Koresh.
well, like these producers have access to like basically a ton of area that they're able to pre-dress and make it look
Right.
like essentially a whole block that they're gonna like dress like Christmas, like fake snow and shit like that, and that's just gonna exist for a whole month. And so that's essentially what's happening. But honestly, dunk on them because I don't even know what that's gonna look like. I don't even know if that's gonna be ready when I show up. All I know is I'm getting paid.
Now we're doing a beach themed Christmas movie.
A Beat House
right,
Christmas.
You're right, a
I
Bee
got my
House
dunk.
Christmas.
I do got my dunk. I'm going to dunk on College Game Day, ESPN, because there is such a crazy bias for the SEC and Big Ten. Like, it's out of control at this point because it's so obvious. Like, when you're lying to me, at least like pretend that you're lying to me. Again, this week, college game day is going to be at SEC versus SEC, which sure, it's going to be a fine game. Alabama versus Vanderbilt. Whoop-de fucking do. So I just think there's other matchups around, like Miami versus Florida State would have been a good place to go. But I just feel that the College Game Day has completely lost its steam. I don't like any of the panelists. I think when they wore all white, they look like they're going to the Backstreet Boys concert. So I'm over it. Like, I'm just over College Game Day. Big Noon's a little bit more fun just because they seemed like a lot more relaxed. But my favorite college football, I guess, programming right now is the stuff TNT's doing. They're doing a great job out there. It's fantastic. So dunk on you, College Game Day, until you get the bums on, and then I'll love you again.
Man. I think we all need to talk to our families and loved ones about the possibility of a 6-0 top 10 Vanderbilt football team, because that's something that literally we've never seen before. And I'm scared.
Diego?
I'm scared of that. Like, oh man, that would be insane.
Well,
and indeed it would
be
be.
prepared for an 8-0 Tech team, because we are going to make a lot of noise.
Well, I'm prepared for a 12-0 Tech team.
We have a good shot of doing it as long as we continue to do what we're doing and our defense shows up every week. Also, I'll report back and let you know how it is on Saturday. I think we're going to take the rail from downtown to
Kinky.
University of Houston. So I hope it goes well and I don't get robbed. But if I do, I'm gonna go out with a bang.
Yeah, don't get
Hopefully
robbed
not a
like
bang
Skylar Thompson in Dublin. Did y'all hear about that? The Steelers backup quarterback got mugged in Dublin the night before the game.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's such bad luck. That's terrible.
So crazy. Can you imagine, like,
luck in Ireland?
Yeah, like you're just kind of walking home and they're like, "Aye," and you're like, "Shut up, you're Irish," and he's like, "What? What'd you say?"
Well,
He's like, "I'm not after your Lucky Charms, dude."
Like that's a decent sized dude.
Right. You got
Yeah.
to be a big Irishman. But yeah, guys, those were some lovely dunks. And if you're still here listening to the podcast, if you're still here enjoying the Spurs Media Day coverage, all of the stuff we were talking about outside, whether it was some Coach Leach conversation or we were diving into some other randomness, we appreciate you for being here. We not only love you, we love you hard over here. All of this is on Love You Hard TV. And we appreciate the fine people over there doing their great work over at In the Building. But guys, that feels like a great podcast. I think we should end this
Indubitably.
episode the same way we end all episodes, and that's with a go,
Go
a
Spurs.
Spurs, a go.
Go.